Namaskar and warm greetings to all my professional colleagues. I am here to present to you all a tool that is aimed to simplify and automate tax audits, more particularly review of the cash account. As we are aware, there are a bunch of provisions under the Income Tax Act that discourage and penalize transactions in cash. Out of all the applicable provisions, this tool aims to address the provisions of Section 48.3 and Section 269 ST. 48.3 provides for 100% disallowance of expenses incurred in cash for a sum exceeding 10,000 and 269 ST prohibits receipt of cash more than 2 lakh in aggregate from a person in a day or in respect of single transaction or in respect of transactions relating to one event or occasion from a person. Typically, this verification is done by exporting the cash ledger to Excel and then a series of filters and operations are applied to identify any of the above defaults. This tool is an humble attempt to simplify and automate these procedures to a large extent. Before beginning with the tool, there are some prerequisites that needs to be satisfied. The Excel should be a 64-bit Excel, 32-bit Excels are not supported. Tally has to be run as admin. For this, right click on the Tally icon and select the option as is appearing on the image, run as administrator. Third, the Tally port has to be configured to 9000. To do this, go to Gateway of Tally, F1 Help, select Settings, Connectivity, Client Server Configuration. This will show the screen as is appearing before you, and here against the port select or rather type in 9000. The Tally data whose cash ledger has to be reviewed has to be open. Obviously macros has to be enabled. Now, some antivirus softwares may flag this Excel as a virus. You will have to add this Excel as an exception to your antivirus flags. This is because this Excel has an embedded DLL file which is necessary for the functioning of the tool. Be rest assured, the Excel does nothing beyond the objectives that we are going to discuss now, and it can very safely be added as an exception to your antivirus software. Once ready, you can jump over to the sheet Ledger Review. Begin with updating the period of review. Let me select 24-25 financial year for the purpose of my demonstration. Then click on Refresh button. This will pull a list of cash ledgers from the Tally data. As you can see, an entity may have more than one cash ledger. Select the cash ledger that you want the tool to work upon and then click on Initiate Cash Audit. Depending upon the size of the data, the tool may take a few seconds to a couple of minutes to complete its review. Once done, you will have the entire cash ledger in the output sheet, and in the existing sheet, you will find a list of transactions that potentially require the auditor's attention. Let us analyze each of these, starting with cash payments in excess of 10,000. Here, the tool would extract all transactions in excess of 10,000. Of course, some human intelligence is required to be applied to analyze the extracted transactions. Cash deposits in bank are not violation of 48.3 and these can be excluded from our review. 3rd May, 15,000 coolie and hamali charges paid is a violation of 48.3 requiring disallowance and reporting in Form 3CD. Now, a point to be appreciated here is that the tool is capable of identifying even those transactions where the single transaction does not cross 10,000, but cumulatively for the day the transaction limit of rupees 10,000 is breached. Next comes receipts in excess of 2 lakh. These assets are in straight violation of provisions of Section 269 ST and require necessary reporting in Form 3CD. The third report that is generated is names of parties where the cumulative receipts are more than 2 lakhs a year. In these cases, possibly the threshold of more than 2 lakh per day is not breached. However, there is a possibility of the SSE triggering the other 2 legs of 269 ST, that is 2 lakhs per transaction or 2 lakhs per event or occasion. The auditor must examine these party ledgers and then make appropriate audit conclusions. Last but not the least, the tool also identifies instances of negative cash balances for application of further audit procedures. This tool is specifically developed for the members of Karnataka State Chartered Accountants Association. I sincerely hope that the tool would benefit the members of the association. Thank you all for watching this video and happy auditing to all.